if you look at your channel, the top, I'd say probably 20 or 30 videos on the needle drop are all hip hop.
A lot of them are, yeah.
You're probably the biggest hip hop critic nowadays.
Like by virtue of just kind of reviewing
Numbers
it,
wise, yeah. Does it feel weird sometimes as a white guy to be talking about a black, like something that's predominantly black?
Sure.
How do you like manage that in terms of your reviews?
I mean, I feel like one of the ways I try to manage it, which I think is like kind of a best practice for me, is like you want to sort of like pay attention, very careful attention, and sort of like take care to sort of make note of and most importantly take seriously like the substance of the subject matter, you know, and especially like, you know, consider that like people are describing experiences that I don't personally have a super, you know, intimate familiarity with. But, you know, simultaneously, you don't want to treat rap music like it's a special case, because I feel like that's kind of patronizing.
You're a music critic, right?
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, you know, by that same token, while I say that, I also don't have intimate personal experience of what it is to be a woman.
I'll give you an example of what I'm trying to get at. In the NBA, right, punditry has, in the last 10 years, kind of become a lot about advanced statistics and metrics. And I think maybe perhaps is a result of a predominantly white pundit class talking about something that's predominantly black. But
sports is a bit more of a concrete subject matter than whether or not a song is good.
But the question is that, like, I don't know, I really saw a lot of your tweets during this Drake and Kendrick thing last year.
Sure.
And your analysis did tend to be like, you know, in the third round, they switched up the flow 3 times. Mm-hmm. And, you know, like you were giving kind of more of the stats.
A little bit, yeah.
Did you find it entertaining?
Yeah.
It just, what is they, in your opinion? I mean, as a person that's commented on this.
Yeah. You want me to start answering now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, we'll cut that down.
No, it's fine. I think from my personal outsider perspective, having, you know, listened to and reviewed a great deal of Kendrick's music and looking at that song, like, I feel like there is sort of a weakness there or a bit of confusion there when you're talking about the song that you're observing, when you're kind of like looking at it outside of the greater context of like the beef between him and Drake.
Which was, I mean,
well, I mean, the thing is, if you look at specifically in that vacuum, I feel like the they is super clear in terms of like, in terms of it literally like him and his entourage and
him and his friends are like
and
us?
Not only people who sort of engage in the sort of behavior that Kendrick paints him as, you know, engaging in on the song. But also, in his own way, Kendrick is trying to paint Drake in a way as, and again, this is not like me saying whether or not this is true. This is me saying like, this is what Kendrick is insinuating in the song. He's trying to paint Drake as culturally being outside of the black experience in a way.
Kamala Harris was told that she's not black, and there was an outrage.
Sure.
I'm just, it's confusing to me why there wasn't a similar response by, I mean, people like yourself, or like why what happened with Drake was treated differently.
Like whether or not I was outraged that was the case.
It's kind of messed up, right?
Well, I mean, I think those were happening in 2 far different contexts.
Well, I mean, like Drake's like black, right?
I mean, yeah, I can't deny that.
So I mean, okay.
Look. Here's the thing. I'm not saying it's not faulty messaging. Like, you know, objectively speaking, like Drake's dad is black. Drake is black. You know, I think. And again, I'm just insinuating here based on what I hear on the song. I feel like for Kendrick, what he was trying to get across on the track, because when you literally talk about sort of like who he collabs with and where he goes to sort of like make these kind of cultural connections and sort of like align himself with certain segments of hip hop music. I think he's sort of displaying that as more of a cultural blackness.
I think it's a lot of guys our age that are white guys that were like really getting into it, and it felt a little weird. I think we just had a nice time when Drake was here. We've had a lot of nice times while Drake was playing.
I think
now we have to know what a tariff is and stuff because Drake went away. Please, wherever you are, Australia, where is he now?
I think he's in America again.
Listen,
or in Canada.
I guess I just miss him.